Hi there, and welcome back. To all my listeners, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining and listening to my podcast, to my few minutes of inspiration that hopefully reach you first thing in the morning so you can start your day inspired, with intention, and on the right foot. It is episode 220. Who do you want to be? Dan Gilbert said, "Human beings are works in progress that mistakenly think they're finished." We are never really finished. We may think we are. We accomplish key milestones in our life and we think that this means we now know it all. After all, everyone expects us to have it all figured out, especially when we get older and have been through a lot. We look with skepticism at the people that still don't get it, after their fifth marriage ends in divorce, and when they lost a job yet again after only a year, and still have not finished college at age 40, and live with their parents. We think we know how life is supposed to go, and that is how we measure ourselves and everyone else. But in the middle of all this achieving and checking off frenzy, we often forget to ask ourselves, who do we want to be? Where are we going? What is it we want to look back on when we're old? I realize now that the person I want to be has changed over the years. And not only that, I've gained more clarity on who I want to be, not only now, but later in life. In my younger years, I assumed that life is all about checking off the milestones, graduation, marriage, divorce if necessary, ever higher promotions with the rising salary, greater material acquisitions, and so on. All of these look good on Facebook. They sound great over dinner with family and friends. They open doors and they make life easier. But none of these milestones answer the question, who do you want to be? These milestones are goals, and we all should have goals. I talked about goals a lot around the new year. Goals are great. They get stuff done. Health and fitness, career and finances, relationships and adventure. We need goals in life. But goals only have a short-term impact on our life, and if we pursue them randomly and without having answered one very important question, who do you want to be? Answering this question is a decision that defines the overarching direction in your life. Goals help you stay on track. They help you get what you want to have in life. They help create the environment you want to live in. But defining who you want to be is by far the most important decision you can make. But few of us really ask the question, who do I want to be? Answering this question has little to do with milestones in the form of tangible results. It also doesn't really matter who you think you are in the moment, your strengths, your weaknesses, your personality. The question of who you want to be is a decision you make about the person you want to become. It reflects the attitudes and beliefs you want to hold, and it defines what you value in life. The decision of who you want to be will make a far bigger impact on your goals, your success, and your happiness than any milestone you think you need to accomplish. I was well on my way to check off all the boxes one would expect from a decent human being like me. I owned a house, I had a family, together we had friends, a good social life, and I had a decent job in a reputable company. Yet, I had no clarity on who I wanted to be. And absent this decision, I pursued goals that didn't make me happy. Today, after having spent much time deciding on who I want to be, my drive to check off goals has decreased significantly. It's not about milestones for me anymore. The year and model of my car, the size of my apartment or house, my job title and my salary, and so forth. These things don't define who I want to be. This is a decision nobody can make for me. Only I can make it. Yet most people never ask the question. They live day in and day out by who they think they are, not who they aspire to be. They live with a fixed mindset, one that assumes genetics and parental upbringing made the decision for them. When you live like this, and believe me when I say I used to, then life will constantly take you for a spin. The small and major tragedies that befall us all at some point will appear like punishments, like an unfair treatment or a doomed destiny. That is because you have not set the direction for your life. You have not decided over your life. When you start driving and take the steering wheel into your hands, when you define for yourself who you want to be, then you will also control the meaning and the effect that life's events will have on you. Who you are today is not an accident, the result of luck or a fortunate or unfortunate mix of genetics. Who you are today is the result of a decision. The decision you made in the past of who you want to be. And if you don't like who you are today, then simply make another decision today and define who you want to be. It's not set in stone. It can be changed. But you need to ask the question. You need to take your head out of the sand and look into the future and ask yourself who the person looking back at you will be. It's not the person you are right now, but who you want to be. And when you ask yourself that question, then make sure you do the following 3 things. See it clearly, feel it deeply, and act it consistently. Be very clear about it. I want to be a kind and compassionate person that changes people's lives. What about you? Once you define it, feel it, visualize it, and sense what it might feel like. I get goosebumps at the thought of having an impact on other people's lives. I get emotional. It really inspires me. And then take action. Begin to say no to the activities that are not in line with your vision, and pursue those that are. Become more intentional in everything you do, but especially in the next upcoming situation. Consistent action starts today, right now, and it repeats day after day, until one day you look back and you realize that you've become who you set out to be. Think about your future more than about the now. Today you want to be patient with your coworker, but in 5 years you may want to help her grow into the next leadership role. Who do you want to be? Answer it with something that will be meaningful to you later. Knowing what your passions and strengths are right now is good, but don't let those hold you back. What's more important is what you do with what you have to develop into the mission you want to serve. Strengths are comfort zones. We hide behind them, and they hold us hostage. In the same kind of jobs, with the same boring relationships, and in the same life. If you want an extraordinary life, then you need to start to dream big. Forget about what's easy for you or comes natural, and start focusing on what's required to serve at the highest levels. Once you define who you want to be, you then will have clarity on the skills you need to reach that next level of success. In the action step is where the learning and the change come in. This is where you will plan out your new course and actively build the skills needed for your new path. And this is where every decision counts. Before every next action, you evaluate the decision by asking, is this helping me become the person I want to be? Who do you want to be? Ask this question and ask it frequently, because you'll become whatever your answer is to it. Much love, my friends. Talk to you soon.